A little blueberry Danish for breakfast? Why not? And I'm going to show you a speedy version. I like to start by making a blueberry jam, and I love to use fresh blueberries for this. And have a look at these little gems. They're bursting with flavour. I just love fresh blueberries. I also love them in a jam. So into the pot, I'll need 2 punnets, so about 250 grams. To that, I love to add some lemon. So the zest of about half of the lemon, and to really bring out their sweetness, a hint of sugar and a tiny splash of water. You really don't need much water with fresh blueberries because as they cook down, they'll bring out some of their liquid. So we're going to turn the heat on and we'll just let that bubble away, allow those blueberries to break down slightly and reduce, and once it's sticky and jammy, it's ready to go. But do cool it down before you start on the pastry. All right, we've got a really nice thick jam made from the blueberries. That just spread on toast is fantastic, but even better in a homemade Danish. Some puff pastry, I'm using store-bought puff pastry. It's much easier to work with, and this is a butter puff pastry. So it may seem obvious, but a lot of the puff pastries are not made with butter. Now we need to cut little rectangles. So we'll start in the middle because we've got a rectangle already, cut down the center, and then we'll cut that into 4 strips. And I'll cut that straight down the center so we have 8 rectangles. Okay, next we want to get a smaller knife. And this is just so we really expose some of that delicious blueberry jam. I'm going to cut almost like little strips in here. Now what this is going to do is allow some of that blueberry to ooze out like that. So on half of the side. Next, we're going to add some cream cheese before the blueberry, and I like to add a small amount of vanilla bean paste to our cream cheese, about half a teaspoon. And be sure to bring your cream cheese out of the fridge about an hour before working with it. See how it's really easy to break down and mix. All right, let's grab a smaller spoon. So we'll use a teaspoon. I'll add half a teaspoon of this mixture to one side, spread that out, and to that we'll add some of this delicious blueberry jam just on the top. We just want a small amount and spread that just so it's covering that gorgeous cream cheese. Great. Now we're going to just take this bit of puff pastry and very carefully fold it over. Grab a fork and we're just going to press down just to seal that completely. Turn it around. So we've got a lovely little pattern there, and that's our first Danish. I'm going to make a few more of these. Then I'll egg wash it and it goes into the oven, hot oven, about 190 to 200 degrees, and they'll cook for about 20 minutes or until that pastry is cooked through and golden. And don't worry, there's going to be lots of oozy blueberry everywhere, but that's exactly the way I like it. Well, I'm pretty impressed with these little Danishes. How gorgeous have they turned out? And you can see it's quite important to slice through the puff pastry so you expose that gorgeous blueberry jam. Now, once they cool down slightly, you can dust them with some icing sugar, just a small amount, and that's how you make the cheats version of a blueberry Danish. And these are absolutely delicious for breakfast or on the go. You could even make these ahead of time, pop them in the freezer, and when you want to bake a fresh batch, they're ready to go. Oh, stunning blueberry Danishes.